on into the room. Be coachable, teachable, trainable. Post your city and state where you are catching this live from on today. My name is Brandmaster Martina Britt Yelverton, your cash flow queen and founder of the #1 legal tax hack to hire your kids in your own home-based business. So should you choose to do so. And today we're actually discussing stop hiding your results. This could potentially be why they are not buying. You are still playing small, okay? And that's why they are not buying. And the reason I'm saying you are playing small is because I know exactly where you are. I've been playing small for far too long as well. And the beauty is, I am just on the cusp of coming out. My last little person, which prompted me to start Family First, is actually days away from day 18, and then your girl will be out in these internet streets wide open. It's a commitment I made to myself way back in 1993 when the first little person was born, not even realizing that that's the commitment that I was making. However, in 2005, when I left corporate America, that is the commitment that I realized. And so been playing small for quite a few years, but today is today, and today is the day that we stop. So if you don't show your proof, your audience, honestly, they can't build a belief and they can't build a trust, and that could potentially be costing you your sales. So because you're doing the work, because you're delivering the results, and because you're changing lives, you may not be growing and they may not be buying because you're not sharing the proof that your audience needs to know, like, and trust you. So in today's session, what we're going to do is we're going to uncover your credibility, and we're going to use your position with your brand to create more clarity, right? We're going to learn how to ethically not, feel grimy. And we're going to learn how to effectively showcase your impact, even if you're just getting started. So a lot of people get into this realm and they're thinking, I don't have any proof yet. We'll get into the objections later, but they'll say, I don't have any proof yet. I don't have any massive wins or things like that. And so they don't show even the small wins, and that could really be hurting you. The key points that we're going to cover today is why social proof matters more than ever. Trust over attention. Trust is much greater than attention. The difference between bragging and believing out loud. The difference between bragging and believing out loud. Okay, we're going to talk about 4 types of proof to help you guys understand how you can do that, how you can actually believe out loud and not be positioned or feel like you're bragging. Okay, going to show you how to show your results, and how those results will be viewed as beautiful, not boastful. Okay. So again, if your content isn't converting, it might not be your offer. Literally, it might be your silence about your results. Okay. And so today we're going to fix that. So think about this. If you have not taken the opportunity to talk about who you've helped, you've watched someone promote something and immediately feel like, okay, but who have you helped? Then you are like many others. You're wanting to see who exactly it is you've helped. You want to see the testimonies. You want to see the proof of who they have been able to help and what that looks like. Trust and believe the people who are watching you are thinking the same. The people who may be watching me may be thinking the same. You may be thinking, oh my goodness, that person has incredible offers. But if you don't see the evidence, right, then you're thinking they're just another voice online. And that's the reason, one of the reasons why social proof matters so much. There are so many coaches, there are so many mentors, there are so many courses, there's so much social proof out here, just floating in the eon. But let me ask you a question. Have you ever seen someone put up a post, right? And they'll have the person's image, or they'll have the individual's name, or they'll have the individual's proof. And the first thing you do is go Google that. Has anybody else done that? I know. God bless me. I know I have. I've been watching a presentation, and as soon as they show who the social proof is, if I've already not been Googling who the presenter was, as soon as they show who the social proof is, I go look for that individual. Why do we do that? Well, we want to see what it is that this presenter is saying they've done for that individual. So trust and believe. When and if you get an opportunity to go and Google me, you will locate all of the social proof that you need, as well as the people that I say that I've helped, and you'll be able to see what they're currently doing online. Now, some of them have dropped off and they may not be doing that particular industry, product, service, company, or whatever now, but you will be able to see that the social proof that I provide is actually valid. Okay, it's real. Don't need to make it up. All right. Just to drop some names, if you go out and look at the Hayes Foundation, Carolyn and Bill and Carolyn, while Bill Hayes out of Winston-Salem. If you go look at the Winston-Salem Sportsman's Club, you'll be able to see these two massive entities actually exist. If you go look at individuals like Gerald W. Parker, if you go look at individuals like Phyllis Darden, if you go look at individuals like Stephanie J. Sanders, Karesha Rainey, Dr. Regina Turner, Elva Jenkins, if you go look at these individuals, you will be able to see that they are actually doing what my website showcases that they're doing. If you go look at Bride of Christ Robes, you'll be able to see she is an actual physical 50 plus year individual in this realm doing what she does with robes for women in ministry, custom designed, beautiful robes for women in ministry. That social proof matters. Whether it's written, whether it's video, whether you go to the website, that matters. 4 ways you can show your social proof, 4 ways you can show your results, 4 ways you can give a testimonial without having the individual give the testimonial themselves is literally you can do it written, video, or you can just say, go and Google this individual. But to make it even more profound, do before and after snapshots, the visuals, the story, the data shifts that you've been able to make. When the Hayes Foundation first came to me, they were an idea in Coach Bill Hayes' mind. It was an idea in he and his wife's mind of what he wanted to do for HBCU athletes, right? And the first year, we decided, you know what? Let's become an actual visual entity on the World Wide Web. Let's get an individual to set that information up. They didn't have a logo. They had an idea, okay? Just from an idea. And I'm going to see if I can get this pulled up on the web here. Got a couple of different tabs open here and there, so I'm not sure what I will be able to pull up here because I got so much going on because we're working on so much with them. Okay, here we go. So let me go ahead and present to you guys Coach Wild Bill Hayes himself so that you can actually see and hear from this amazing individual. And let me get myself pulled up and out of the way, get that here onto the screen. Let's drop him in that capacity so you guys can see it. And then let me move my layout from overhead so you guys can see this the way that I endeavor for you to see this, okay? And so let's drop away this. So the first thing that I want you to understand is when this entity was brought to my attention, there was nothing. It was a blank slate. It looked like this white strip. There was nothing, okay? And they decided we want to become known on the web. I created a logo for them. We created a web presence for them. We created their first golf tournament here. I believe 2022 is the first year that we did this for them. And here's some of that recognition. And we did it again in 2023. And here's where they actually took, we were making contributions to Parkland High School, Carver High School, Fayetteville State, Central, A&T, Winston-Salem State, in these amount. The second year we went in and we were able to take that to another level. We were able to do so much for the foundation. And here we are this year, just 1 week away from the 4th annual charity golf tournament. Guys, I'm telling you, this is an actual individual who is here now doing what he is doing out here in these streets. It came as an idea. All right. And so when you think about that, with regards to what you know and who you serve, you want to be able to show the before and the after. You want to be able to tell the story and show where you've taken them from zero to being able to donate throughout the year, not just for this particular event, but throughout the year. You also want to be able to show some of the behind the scenes, the screenshots, the conversation, what the dashboard looks like. I'll see if I can get that information up as well. Here while we have the opportunity. Let me go over to my drive because I know if I type in Hayes in my Google Drive, not my drive, my photos, and I type in Hayes for my end, and let's see if I can get a few of the snapshots and information up. There we go. And let's get that pulled back onto the screen and get myself pulled up and away so that you guys can see the information I choose to share with you. Okay, so here is a couple of years of the information and the data, and this is just some of the behind the scenes, the images that I take when I go and I actually serve at the Hayes Foundation. We took the little people the first year, and we were putting it the first year and the third year, I think, first and second year, and here we are, we were actually bagging up the bags. There's Coach himself there, there's Julian, and there's Genesis, and there is his I think that's his granddaughter, or that's Coach Weeks, it's his granddaughter if I'm not mistaken. And we were there and we were actually putting together the baggage. Here we are when they were announcing the winners that first year, and y'all see the website up in on display. I'm telling you guys, these are some of the behind the scenes situations. This is me on a golf course. Let me tell you, Richard had to come and get me because, of course, I hopped on the golf court and started just driving around, not realizing you cannot and should not be driving in between while the golfers are actually hitting the balls because you could get knocked out. Okay. Plus, you're also a distraction. He said, let me get on this cart and show you what you can and cannot do. Okay. And here I am just getting a quick snapshot before one of our priority charity sponsors, the main priority charity sponsor that first year in 2022. This is a banner that I created, okay? So guys, when I say these are all the holes, this is some of the behind the scenes for you to see what we do. These are the whole signs from the people who act. This is what WSSU sending me a gift for one of my contributions, me making sure that I got the DJ's information. Again, some of the gifts, some of the silent auction items that were on display, and the way that they do the bidding. This is the behind the scenes that you need to ensure that you capture when you're going to be showcasing what it is that you know and that you do. You want to make sure that you're also doing case studies and telling the story. Here's where they started. Here's what we did. Here's what changed, right? This is all the social proof that people need to be able to know, like, and trust you, and to be able to see that you can help them too. Don't wait until you make it to share. Share what's working now, even the small wins. So, as you guys know, if you've been following me for some time, literally, we were on site in 2022. 2023, we were putting up posts and comments and things from 2024. We actually have social media right now that's actually displaying for the foundation at all of its points. All right. So if you are going online and you're looking for what's going on right now from the Hayes Foundation, when you go to their web presence right now, you're able to see we're currently posting about everything that's going on. We've been doing it on each and every platform. So here you're able to see we're also doing it over on Instagram. We are also doing it over on their LinkedIn page, on their Google My Business page, the Bill and Carolyn Hayes Foundation. We are ensuring that you can see everything that's going on with the foundation. Again, behind the scenes, showing you guys what is happening in real time. This is the social proof that people want to see. They don't want to see it after you make it. They want to see it while it's going on, right? So you may be thinking, wait a minute, I'm new. I don't have clients yet. Let me help you help yourself. Let me go bigger on the screen so I can make sure you guys get it. Let me help you help yourself. Share your own transformation. Yes, you see people using mock-ups. That's great. You can actually use mock-up samples for what will be delivered, what you will help someone else do, right? You can walk people through your process publicly by utilizing a mock-up site, by utilizing a mock-up product, by utilizing a mock-up service. Walk people through your process publicly. That way you can build in public, i.e., a trust builder, and you are able to have them see what their own transformation will look like. You're not being salesy, you're being transparent. You're not trying to say, that one, you're saying, this is what I've done for myself. This is also what I may have helped a friend of mine with. This is what I actually was able to do for Stephanie when we first started, putting up some things, letting her run with it, her giving me her feedback from what was happening, and then me building upon that. This is what I've done with several of my friends just to help them along the way to see what they result with. Okay? Again, every time you hide your results, you rob someone of their belief in you. And you rob them of the belief that they can get those results too. I'm telling you guys, every time you hide your results, you rob yourself and you rob someone else of the thought, of the idea that they can do, that they can get, that they can have, that they can be exactly what it is that you're currently doing. Okay, so let's get right into some objections. Let me check my notes because I want to make sure that I cover this. I want to knock out the objections that you may have in your mind before you even get started. You may be thinking, I don't want to sound like I'm bragging. Then don't sound like you're bragging. Okay, belief building is not bragging. It is evidence of your excellence. It is you sharing transparently the highs and the lows of what that path looks like, of all the problems you encounter, of all the potholes that you dipped down into, and all of the humps that you overcame. Okay? So do not believe that if you're telling people and you're showing people your testimony and your results that you're bragging. You are being transparent about what you've been available to help someone else solve, how you've been able to help someone else overcome. You're not bragging. You're building trust, being transparent. All right. You may also have the objection that you're thinking, I don't have big wins yet. Then document the small wins. Everyone started at 0, then 1, then 2, then 3. Everyone started small. And if they have you believing their first win was a big win, then they aren't being truthful with themselves, because you had to have a small win before you had a big win. Document the small wins. Transformation doesn't have to be flashy. It just has to be real. Okay, I hope that makes sense to you guys. So again, and understanding that the plausibility that people may not be buying from you is because, number one, you're still playing small. You're not even talking about the one individual that you helped last week. You're not even talking about the one win that you helped someone achieve. So then by the time you come out and talk about all your plethora of clients, you're not believable because they didn't see the beginning. They saw the beginning you chose to share. So as soon as you get started, start sharing. We've done this all the way along. I literally could pull up, let me do this before I close out with my recap. I literally could go over to my Wix site and share and show you. And now this is the Wix site, okay? This isn't when we were doing things in Dreamweaver, which is where we started. This isn't when we were doing things back on Microsoft Word. I literally could take you back to the Wix site for you to see where we started originally with all of these websites. When we first started building out, right? This is probably what, version 2, what do they call it? 2.0. We at about 5.0 now. We're at 17.0 if you want to talk about the years that we've been in this. All of these clients were original websites. Now, we built above and beyond, done many, many other things since then, moved them off of a Wix platform onto a high-level platform. So their sites and their operations and their modes and everything that they do are much more robust. But even when I was doing that, I was sharing and showing those small wins. As soon as I got the first client, the second client, the 15th client, the 50th client, the 100th client, the 200th client, I was showing all of that along the way so that people could go back and track and see all of the journey. All right. Your audience builds belief through what you show, not just what you say. Okay, you know how that thing as a parent, they say kids do what you do, not what you say. They do what you do, not what you say. They do what they see, not what you say. All right. So we talked about 4 types of proof to build, and that's the testimonials, the screenshots, the visuals, the stories, the shares. Be transparent with your journey. It's your credibility builder. And if you are not going to show the proof of what it is, then you're going to continue to play small. So my question of the day is, what's the one big or small result that you're proud of and haven't shared yet? What's that one thing that is big or small result that you've had that you have not shared yet? Somebody somewhere is waiting to see that. Somebody is wanting to see that. Somebody is needing to see that. And they're waiting for you to stop playing small to share that so that they can see that they too can do that. All right. So today we are actually going to be, it may be a scheduling conflict. I may be mobile for after office hours today. I will have the Zoom room open. I will make it available so that if people come in, they have simple Q&A questions, we'll be able to answer those. We'll be mobile, so I may not be able to pull up a screen and share with you, but of course, I still will be able to answer questions. Actually, the Youth Lifestyle Trainee has an interview today for her 3rd job. She's taking a position with the Y just to get some more exposure. That is so exciting for me to see how she really is taking on this adult journey, this W-2 journey, as I say, and how she's exposing herself to different levels. She serves in like 3 or 4 positions currently where she works, and she's looking to become a swim instructor for the youth to get more exposure there. Her network is going to be far greater than my network was at this age. She's 17, getting ready to be 18, and her network is so much more vast than my network was at 17 or 18 years old. So we're going to continue to support, everything that she's endeavoring to do. And so today we may be a little mobile. All right. And we may be in the car for after office hours, but we're going to get it done. All right. So tomorrow we're actually going to be discussing that your positioning is the problem. So we want to take the time over the weekend, especially on follow through Friday, to help you guys fix some of the things that you need to fix in your positioning. That's what we'll be discussing on tomorrow. And we will have checklists and everything available for you inside of the Brand You community. I would love it if you guys could join us in after office hours or just in the community all together so that you can get access to some of the checklists that you need to help you through the framework, the blueprint, the process that you need to stop playing small. People aren't buying because you're playing small. You need to be transparent and put your results out there so that they can see that you can help them. To your success, guys, I hope to see you in after office hours. If not, join us in the community. It's free, right? The only thing that you're investing is your valuable time. So don't sleep on the free. It's an investment of your time to learn the steps that you need to learn. I hope to see you over there. Thank you for your time on today. Hey y'all, hey, Brandmaster Martina, Britt, Yelverton here, giving you the latest update about our daily Get Your Assets in Order and Brand You series. Join me live each and every Tuesday through Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for actionable steps on brand building for beginners, current client revisions, and watch as we level up brands in 2025. We are covering everything from tools, tips, strategies, and systems like Canva, StreamYard, high-level AI automations, and more. These will take you from confused to confident. So after each live stream, you can hop on Zoom with us to ask your questions and get personalized answers. If I were you, I wouldn't miss out. Mark your calendars and subscribe now to our YouTube channels. Join our free communities, and I'll say it louder for the people in the back. If you want to learn, lead, and level up as a struggling entrepreneur, we have the solution, the systems, and the experts. Our entire team is live each and every weekday at 12 p.m., 1 p.m., and 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so you can lunch and learn. If you snooze, you will lose. I said what I said. You heard what you heard. Now do what you know you need to do to get your assets in order.